Hi, my name is Raymond Donnell. Welcome to Inspiring Transformation. I want to chat with you for just a moment about starting and stopping some things. Here's a question for you. Do you find yourself spending your time doing things that maybe you should no longer be doing in your life? And then not starting things that maybe you should be spending your time starting. You know, it's amazing how many times you run into people, how often we can run into people, or how often I run into people, anyways, who are doing things they just shouldn't be doing any longer. I was one of them people where I found myself spinning my wheels, engaged in activities, engaged in things throughout the course of my days that I really should not any longer have been doing. And I should have transitioned and shifted over to more important things in my life. And sometimes you can get stuck into doing things that you just should not any longer be doing. I found for me, I was doing it for multiple reasons. One, I was doing it because I had become so used to doing it, and people had an expectation of me that this is what I'm known for doing, that I was afraid to bail out, if you will, right? Because I didn't know what people would say, or I was intimidated by the voice and the thoughts and opinions of people, not realizing none of that mattered to what God had really assigned me to do. But I found myself becoming comfortable in that situation simply because I didn't want to deal with what people thought. I didn't want to let anybody down. I didn't want to disappoint people who were close to me, if you will. Also, speaking of being comfortable, I found myself being comfortable in situations, so it was easier to keep doing something that I was comfortable with rather than going through the hard work and the discipline and the sacrifice of making the change. And so I spent all of my time, or most of my time anyways, doing things that I no longer should have been doing. I should have abandoned that. I should have let that go. If I didn't complete it and it was non-completable, if you will, I should have just said, look, God's done with this. I'm out of here. I'm going to whatever God's doing now. Or I should have just gone ahead and completed it and moved on rather than dragging things out. And so sometimes you find yourself doing things. And here's what I believe. I believe that there's someone who's clicked on this video and behind the sound of my voice, you're struggling with that right now. You're battling with that. You're doing things and you should have been, you should have stopped. You should have been done with that because you still get this little creepy feeling inside. This is, why are you doing this? Why are you still spending your time with this? Why are you still committed to dropping that person off at work every morning, knowing you need to be home sleep? Why are you still committed to taking that person home from work every day, being their ride home, knowing you need to commit them to getting an Uber or finding a way so that you can be freed up and go home after work? Why are you still doing certain things? Why are you still doing these activities? Why are you still surrendering your time in this area that's bearing no fruit in your life? Why are you still doing this? Why are you still applying yourself in areas in your life that you need to just let go? And why are you not starting the things yet that you know have been pressing in on your heart, barreling down in your spirit saying, please start me? Listen, there's folks that have been called to write a book. The Lord has given you a commission to write a pamphlet for your church, to write a business plan, to do something different, to begin a Bible study, to begin a daycare at your church, to begin something new, something fresh, something vibrant. And here's the reality. If you really think about it, you're tired of the same mundane thing, just spinning your wheels, doing the same thing, showing up at the same old place, looking at the same old people, talking about the same old thing, and we are getting absolutely nowhere. And I believe that it is time for you to make a shift. It's time for you to transition from where you are to where the Lord wants to take you and start experiencing something greater, something more vibrant, something more exciting, something more joyful in your life. Listen, let me share this with you. You've probably heard me say this on one or two of my other videos, but let me say this. When God gives you something to do, when he's called you and appointed you to something, He gives you joy to do. Oh, now, goodness. He gives you joy. He gives you a sense of peace. He gives you a want to do it. He gives you an excitement. When God gives you something to do, when he puts something in your spirit, that thing becomes a part of you. You start losing sleep at night, not because you're worried, but because you're excited and you're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Is it morning yet? I'm ready to get started. Can we get started yet? You're like a bunch of folks who are waiting at a Black Friday store, right? They're all waiting. Black Friday starts at 6 p.m. and everybody's out in the parking lot at 3:30 p.m. waiting on the store to open. And you're sitting along the side of the bed saying, hey, can I get started yet? Because you're excited about what the Lord is giving you to do. But before you can step into the new, you got to decide, you got to make decisions. What am I going to let go now in my life to be able to move over into something fresh, something vibrant, something new? For some of you, it's starting a YouTube channel. For some of you, it's picking up your channel where you abandon your channel and start putting out fresh content. For some of you, it's just, look, I've just been, my mind has been on other people, and I need to take my mind off of other people and quit comparing myself to other people. For some of you, it might be starting to raise your children in a proper manner. For some of you, it might be, I need to start being the husband God's called me to be. Whatever it is, you need to stop some things and you need to start some things. And you've got to discern, what is it that I need to let go right now today? Listen, let me say this. There are a certain few things in life where you've got to set the stage to walk away from it, right? You might have to put certain people in place to run a program at your job or in your company. You don't just walk away from a church ministry and vision. You got to put people in that department and make sure that the senior leader doesn't have to struggle finding good help. So you've got to spend the time, the weeks, the months to start setting the stage for you to exit that position. However, there are some things, man, you don't need to notice. You just need to drop it like this morning. Like as soon as you finish this video, you need to be done with that. You need to just like, okay, I'm done with that right now. I'm not calling in. I'm not giving anybody a note. I'm just not doing that. I'm so done with that. I'm not doing that anymore. And this is what I'm going to start doing with my life. I have made up in my mind in this latter part of my life, these next few years that I have left on this earth, whatever God's given me, the latter part, the back end of my life, I'm going to spend the rest of my life doing the things I'm passionate about, doing the things that bring me joy, doing the things I'm excited about, doing the things that bring me satisfaction and helping to impact other lives. Because I know that that's where he's called me because of the excitement I have for it. What are you excited about? What do you have joy for? What is it that brings you a sense of being, a sense of knowing that this is what God's called me to do? What is it that gives you hope? What is it that your eyes gleam when you know that's what I'm called to do? What is it that you're excited about doing next in your life? Maybe you don't know just yet, but I would encourage you to sit down and give that some thought. Think that thing through. Because your life has value. Your life has worth. There's somebody somewhere, in all the billions of people on this earth, someone somewhere needs what you have to offer and the value God has put in you. Don't let it lie dormant. Don't let it go to waste. Don't let people suffer because you refuse to let go of stuff that you should no longer be doing. And you refuse to engage your next level with God. Engage it. Listen to me carefully. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what it sounds like. You are absolutely, positively, 100% unquestionably forbidden to fail. Purpose is waiting on you. Engage it. Hey, God bless you. Have a great day. I'll see you next time right here on Inspiring Transformation. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast today, and I hope you've been encouraged. Have a good one. Bye now.